Hey YouTube, coming at you today with a little update on my tank. Now, RO water is wonderful for having purification, for being able to reduce hardness in your tank water, but it also has some negative properties too. It doesn't have any of the minerals or the things that fish and plants need to survive in the water with it. And it's also a bit of a solvent too. Now, I've had an issue with scale in my tank for a long time because this Indiana water is liquid rock, and of course I've been living here in this house for 20 years and used this tank quite a bit. But I noticed something interesting the other day when I was cleaning one side of my tank, and that is that instead of using Barkeep's Friend or salt or vinegar to dissolve scale, after about 4 months of running this tank with a great deal of RO water in it, I'm starting to notice that it's dissolving my scale in this tank. And I'll give you a little demonstration here. Now I have nothing in this tank at all that is any sort of chemical solvent. I can promise you that I have not put Barkeep's Friend in the water with my fish, nor vinegar, nor anything else. But if you'll notice, as I'm scrubbing these areas that are heavily scaled, because of this RO water in this tank, I'm actually being able to remove this built up over years of scale that I worked so hard with a razor blade to get rid of. It is literally coming loose. Now there are places where it's still so solidly attached to the tank that it's not coming loose yet. But I have a sneaking suspicion a couple of more months of running this tank on with so much RO water in it, I'm literally going to be able to remove my scale buildup just by occasional scrubbing of my tank glass on the inside, because the RO is breaking down the calcium carbonate that forms scale. Because the water is so low on minerals, when I put it in there, it's actually working to dissolve the Texas Holy Rock, calcareous rock, that I've got in this tank. I put a large snail shell in this tank for a hiding spot for fish, and it's dissolving that too. So RO in some ways is a solvent too. It's not just tank water, it's a solvent. It's breaking down the calcium that's built up on my tank walls. It's breaking down the calcium in my calcareous holy rock. It's breaking down the snail shell that I put in the tank for hiding place. It is literally taking the scale off the side of my tank. So, in the near future, I expect to have a completely scale-free tank. Now it's probably going to take a while. It's not going to happen overnight. But the calcium buildup didn't happen overnight either. Good luck, YouTube.